Hi everyone and welcome to my channel Learning with GP, where learning is simplified. Today we are going to learn how to successfully track lead generation progress in our online marketing campaign. In the previous videos, we talked about, is social media marketing the best choice for your business? Why should you track your online marketing campaign? What are the best tracking metrics, etc. things. So do take a look at those before you jump into understanding the lead generation metrics, as they are kind of really focused, and it's nice to have some background info before you get all niched up in tracking your marketing progress. And if you're new here, hello to you there. We try to learn many different things here, and I release new videos every Friday. So do subscribe and press that bell icon for notification. If you want to learn something in specific, do let me know and I will try to help you out the best I can. Okay, back to the metrics now. If lead generation metrics are the ones you're looking for, then you are in absolutely the right spot, as I'm going to walk you through all of those juicy metrics to get your marketing to the tip of the Everest. So without further ado, let's get started. Lead generation metrics are basically, as the name suggests, help you quantify whether or not the campaign is successful in generating leads for you. Why is it good to know that? Well, if it is, then you can continue carrying out the activities you are in full swing. Whereas if it is not generating as many leads, then you will know that and can try to dig deeper in understanding what can be the possible cause for that. Address it and improve the campaign in the right direction, rather than learning about it at the end of the year or quarter when you are getting your sales report. I also emphasize in having timed milestones set in place for all your marketing KPIs, so that you periodically track, assess, and analyze them, and keep improving and customizing your campaign as best suited to your target audience on the go. The first metric that is essential in this area is to simply look at the leads to close data, meaning total number of visits by potential leads versus the actual customers generated. This number as a whole is important to understand the total influx versus translatable influx we have got on our website. Then you have the lead conversion rate. Conversion rate is a rate of people who visit your page versus the people who actually got converted, meaning that they performed the task you were expecting them to. This task can be different depending on the goal of your campaign. It can range from simply subscribing to your newsletter to downloading something or to actually purchasing an item. This piece of metric can help you fill in the gaps in the bigger marketing picture. You can always dive deeper into this metric and try to understand the number of people who converted from being free subscriber to paid subscribers, or people who converted to become paid customers among all those who filled up the pop-up forms. You can calculate this by dividing the total number of leads converted divided by the total leads multiplied by 100. In order to further understand the conversion rate, you can check out the two important metrics that go hand in hand with it. First here would be call to action. This metric will tell you the total number of times your call to action is clicked upon during the click-throughs. Don't confuse it with the total number of page visits or site views. It's the actual clicks on the call to action. Call to action is basically when the visitor clicks on something that takes them one step forward in our marketing journey. It could be, let's say, subscribing to our blog, email, reading a piece of text, buying our service, or anything at all that leads them further closer to our marketing goal. Depending on what we are aiming to achieve, it can be any of the things we just talked about. It's very, very important to make sure that these buttons are made, keeping the visitors in view, so that they best appeal to them and not make them anxious or wary when it comes to clicking and partaking. Here's an example of call to action button from my webpage. So don't forget to subscribe. The next thing that you can do to track people who actually submitted or performed the action is by getting the metrics on submissions. This will tell you the number of visitors who actually submitted the form or subscribed to the newsletter, etc. details. Then another interesting point to look for is how many marketing or sales qualified leads are generated in reference to the total number of marketing leads. The commonly used short forms for these metrics are MQL and SQL. Not anyone who visits the page is considered as a marketing qualified lead or sales qualified lead. They have to show certain interest to be considered as an MQL. And yes, it is also very specific to the product and service you are trying to provide. This metric is not quite easy to track, but hey, nothing is difficult if we put our mind to it. Am I right? Yes, it is. To track this particular metric, you need to get some trackable indicators. Why should we do that? We already are tracking so many things. Well, it's important because this metric helps you dive deeper in understanding the journey of the person from being a visitor to a customer. And by tracking that, we can understand the pattern and hopefully attract more traction by following and mapping our campaign to target those points. Let's say that we are looking for people to buy our clothes. In this case, not anyone who appears on the page is an MQL. They have to show interest in more than just visiting. For instance, you can put your downloadable seasonal lookbook and see how many people download that. And that could be an indicator of an MQL. This is just an example. As I said, you need to check and set indicators best suited to your business. Similarly, for the SQL, you can have how many people add elements to the cart compared to the ones who simply download the content or visit. These metrics are very helpful for both the sales and marketing teams to understand what percentage of the engagements are actually translating to marketing and sales targets. Another practical thing to track is the costs, and that you can do by calculating cost per lead. The basic calculation is done by dividing the amount spent on the campaign divided by the leads generated. You can track this data and understand the costs associated per lead. And if they seem out of order, you should further dissect them into their elements and try to check which ones are costing you more and why exactly is that. If it's justifiable, then you are fine. Otherwise, an overhaul or adjustments are in order depending on the extent of the discrepancy seen here. So that's it for today. In the other videos, I talk about which metrics to use to best track your website, e-commerce, etc. I also talk about how to make viral marketing splash, parameters that will help you track your marketing success and estimate your market size. So do check them out. With these basic tips and tricks, you are going to be on a great path to start your marketing strategy. If there are any key points you want me to talk about in detail, let me know in the comments below and I will get to them. Do subscribe to my channel and share the content with someone whom you think can benefit from it or is looking for something like this. I will see you soon with more fun learning. Bye!